Welcome to the Marketing Home, Marketing You podcast. Week after week, Barbara Savona of Sprout Marketing brings you quality conversations with industry leaders, mini marketing workshops, and step-by-step guides on everything marketing, business, and career growth. So grab a cup of coffee and get ready for some outside-the-box ideas from the girl that lives inside the shipping container box.
Hi friends, welcome to this week's episode of Marketing Home, Marketing You. You guys, it's a new year, we're back together, and this is the very first episode of 2023. I'm your host, Barbara Savona, and I've got a little co-host. Can you see a paw? Let me see if he'll look up for us. Hey, Jax. There he is. So my Doberman Jax is joining me in the office today, and maybe he'll be my permanent co-host. We'll see if I have enough treats to keep him entertained. So guys, it's a new year, and I know sometimes the first week of the year it's kind of weird because it's like we've been in this time warp of what day is it, and then all of a sudden we're like hit the ground running, and we've got goals, we've got challenges that we're still dealing with from the previous year, and sometimes it feels like a lot of pressure. So I thought something that would be neat is to set up this episode in a way that gets us all focused. So one of my big goals for the podcast this year is to really help transform those that are listening into better marketers, and myself included. So one of the reasons I started this podcast was to share marketing advice, but also to learn marketing from different guests. And I want to make a concentrated effort this year to make sure that we are regularly building on the foundation of becoming better marketers, whether it's marketing your management company, your business, your apartment community, marketing yourself. We're going to be talking a lot about personal branding like we did last week with Tony. And so I want to start with building on foundations and giving us focus. So today I'm working on a little piece of a playbook. It's my marketing playbook, and every few episodes I'm going to share one more principle that goes into my marketing playbook. I love marketing and I love teaching strategies, but I also like simplifying it because I know for most of you, you're either on site or you're dealing with multiple communities and you're juggling a lot. And so ideas are great, but how do we implement in a way that makes it realistic and actionable? So I want to share with you today one of my strategies that goes into my playbook to make marketing a little bit easier. And then to piggyback on that, I want to kick off the year with a challenge that we're going to be doing for January and February. It is the Level Up Challenge, and anyone can join the Level Up Challenge. There is a great worksheet if you go to, levelupwithsprout.com. You can grab this downloadable PDF, and actually you can even open it in Canva if you want to make some changes to it yourself. But in here, you're going to find 30 items that are going to help level up your career to kick off the year. And guys, there's some things in here that you might be surprised to find out. So things like clean out your inbox and work area, list out your goals for the year, listen to a playlist that makes you happy. You might be thinking, okay, Barbara, how are these actually going to help me level up my career? Well, part of it is that we're setting ourselves as the individual up for success. We're doing things that are going to give us these small wins and small joys along the way that make our jobs enjoyable. And let's face it, when we enjoy something, we want to do more of it. When we have small wins, we want to get bigger wins. And I love the small actionables that help us build on that. So some of the other things that you'll find, and these are really specific for a lot of our on-site teams. So for your managers, your leasing agents, your assistant managers, do things like highlight your maintenance team on social, pick a day to visit 5 businesses for outreach, inspect your curb appeal by just doing a regular drive-by, ask a resident to bring a friend to an event, so a BYOF event, organize your community photos on your phone. These are things that we always think about doing, but we never take the time to actually do them. Photograph your model unit and unit features. Snap some photos of your amenities. On a nice day, take photos of your team outside. Post a reel using Sprout's easy templates. So if you're on Instagram, you can just search Sprout Apartments and Sprout Marketing, and you'll find different templates that you can use to create your own reels on Instagram. Another one, deliver lunch for your longest tenured resident. Have a meaningful conversation with a resident. Send a survey out to your residents. Surprise residents with treats in the office randomly. So there's 30 of these things, And we're going to do it all month long, January and February. And this contest will be held on Instagram. So if you're not following us, go to @SproutMarketing, hit follow. And then anytime you're doing any one of these, you or your team, just tag us, whether it's a post or it's on Instagram stories, do a little @SproutMarketing tag. And that way, whenever we see that tag, we'll reshare it. And randomly, we're going to be selecting winners. We'll do a $200 Amazon gift card giveaway, but we're also going to, throughout the next 2 months, be giving smaller giveaways. So you guys have probably seen our fun Sprout swag, our different, marketing fuel coffee cup, your leasing agent coffee cups. We have great t-shirts, sweatshirts, all this stuff. And all month long in January and February, I just want to hang out with y'all. I want to see y'all doing small little steps that are going to help you level up your career and level up yourself, just how you're feeling and getting that momentum. We know that most people, they abandon their New Year's resolutions by the second week in January. We are not quitters, and this is not about resolutions. This is about forming tiny habits, one little habit at a time that we're going to build on. And what's great about this is you don't have to do it all yourself. You can tackle this as a team. You can have your leasing agent maybe take a couple of them, and you can take a few of them, and you can sparse it out among your management company. And all throughout the month, we just want to feature and celebrate the fact that we are doers. That's what this Sprout community, this Marketing Home, Marketing You community is all about. We're action takers. And it's those actions that lead to the bigger results. And that is what a marketing principle that I love to live by is all about. Small things lead to huge, huge achievements and momentum. And a lot of times we just need that momentum under our belt. So I want you guys to go to Level Up with Sprout, grab your worksheet, print it out, and then anytime that you're doing any one of these, snap a selfie. It doesn't even you don't even have to be in the picture. Snap a picture of you doing something, or of the end result of what you did. Tag us, and I'm going to be chatting with you guys all month, the months of January and February. Jack's just sighed, so I hope I'm not boring him. He's like, okay, Mom, get on with it. Okay, the next thing that I want to spend a few minutes talking about, this one isn't going to be a super long episode, but it's something that comes out of my marketing playbook. For those of you that are not subscribed to the Sprout Monthly, that's our digital magazine. There's a free version of it, and you can go to sproutmonthly.com to subscribe. You'll get it. You'll get an email with it, with a link to it in your inbox every single month. Gives you ideas for marketing and retention, and it also features the guests that have been on our podcast with a little bit of a write-up about them. And you can also get a big pack of resources like a marketing calendar, a social media checklist. There's a ton of stuff. So go to sproutmonthly.com. And this is where I will be building out my playbook, the Sprout playbook that is featured in this issue. And one of the things that I want to talk about with the very first thing, when I was thinking, okay, I want to kick this off, marketing can feel completely overwhelming. Whether you're wanting to post on Instagram, on Facebook, whether you're wanting to start a routine of posting on LinkedIn, that's a goal I have for 2023, or whether it's certain things that you need to do for your community, retention, outreach, social media, all these different things, they can feel really big and overwhelming. So I want to let you guys in on a little secret that has actually helped my career huge. And it helped me when I was a property manager, and then I carried on when I started my own business, and I still live by this principle. And that is, I love picking themes for the day. Themes make things a no-brainer, and our brains love to connect with things that are just simple, right? So I love to think about themes in terms of marketing. And so in my playbook, I've shared 5 themes Monday through Friday that if you consistently do these themes Monday through Friday, you and your team, whether it's on-site or your management company, you're going to see that things, again, gain momentum. There's small things that become embedded into your DNA. This now becomes a part of how you tackle marketing. So in this playbook, you'll see that for Monday, I called it Meet Up Monday. This was one suggestion. And guys, these are my themes. You guys can take these and run and make them your own, or you can adjust them to fit your community. So I'll give you all some alternatives in a second. But Meet Up Monday is when you meet with your team and you note this week's marketing goals. So in the worksheet, you can actually just say, okay, we're having a meetup. What's the plan for this week? What are we doing for outreach? What are we doing for social? What are we doing for events? Any other little pieces that, our ILS, all the different things like that. It's just a quick meeting of the minds. You could call it Meet Up Monday, Meeting of the Minds. Another one that I love, if you want to do an alternative, is I like Make Me Smile, where every single employee, their goal is to make one resident smile, either by doing something kind, having a great conversation, a meaningful interaction, and then sharing about it on the next team meeting. So that's Make Me Smile Monday. You could also do Motivation Monday or Marketing Monday. Monday might be a day that you want to do outreach marketing, and so you're hitting it early in the week, and so Marketing Monday makes sense. Or maybe you're wanting something to post on social media and you decide Mondays are a day that you post a motivational tip that your residents will enjoy. So Meetup Monday is mine. I like starting the week with a plan and knowing that my team and I are on board with the same plan. All right, Tuesday, we like to call it Batch It Tuesday, and the focus is on social media. If you are a Sprout member, you know that every Tuesday we send out a social media plan that has 7 caption templates. So they're caption templates for your social media posts. And it's like Mad Libs, like old school when we were, younger kids or whatever, and you'd fill in the adjective or the noun or the verb where there was a little line. Well, we've written social captions like that to make it so easy, but it also allows a caption to be completely your own. So we do this every Tuesday, and we send out the 7 captions plus 7 digital graphics plus a link to browse the thousands of graphics and videos that we have. We know that Mondays can be crazy, but Tuesdays you can sit down and batch your social media content. Now, if you're not a Sprout member and you want to do this on your own, you kind of want to DIY it, you absolutely can. This is still the same principle with the theme Batch It Tuesday. You sit down, you set a clock for 30 minutes to an hour. If you're a Sprout member, you can probably do this in 10 to 15 minutes, where you put out your captions wherever it is that you're going to post them. You're going to schedule them, grab your graphics or whatever else, and you've got a week of social media scheduled. Now, this does not replace live and in the moment content. You might only want to schedule 3 or 4 days and then do something in the moment on a certain day. Maybe you have a resident event coming up on Thursday, and on that day you want to be really active on stories, you want to be able to be fluid. That's awesome. But what Batch It Tuesday lets you do is it lets you know ahead of time that you have a plan and that you have almost your social media insurance for the rest of the week. And imagine you can kind of rest easy. You just go on there to engage and interact. Guys, you can tell I'm so excited. I'm like fumbling over my words. You can go on and interact without the fear of sitting down and saying, oh my gosh, what am I going to write today? And what am I going to write tomorrow? And you actually have dedicated time that you do this each week. And a tip for you is that when you get in the habit of doing something over and over at the same time, you sit down Tuesday, maybe you put on a song that's like your time to start writing your captions or organizing your captions from your Sprout plan. There's a flow that comes to it, and you'll get quicker, you'll get more productive, it'll get more effective, and you'll get more ideas. And you don't waste as much time because you're not just randomly going on social media to browse content. This is your dedicated time. So I love Batch It Tuesday. All right, Wednesday, Wow Me Wednesday. And this can be a version of Make Me Smile Monday. So you guys can see it's whatever appeals to you. Wow Me Wednesday is when you pick a few residents to connect with so that maybe they'll write a kind review. And so the goal again is every team member, let's do a small wow. Whether it's stopping and talking to somebody that's at the mailbox, our maintenance team's doing a really great job, which they always try to do, but maybe it's trying to, connect with someone. How was everything after they were there? Maybe it's having a really nice conversation with somebody that swings by to pick up a package. The goal being, how do we make someone smile, take a personal interest? What's really cool is, let's say you have 5 team members. You might not be able to impact every single resident on your own, but 5 team members that every single week are picking 5 residents that they're going to make a dedicated effort to make smile over time, that will build. In a month, that's 20. And then next month, you've got 40. And what happens is when you're doing a Make Me Smile day or a Wow Me Wednesday day, it doesn't always just have to be one resident. You get excited, you have a great interaction, and the next one, you want it to be just as good. So there is a level of, again, I keep saying momentum. Marketing is a lot about momentum. So Wow Me Wednesday is a great way to really get those positive experiences that feed us and they make us want to continue doing what we're doing. An alternative is Wild Card Wednesday. I always like that. It was like, sometimes Wednesdays can be a great resident event day. So just kind of a wild card in the sense of what are we doing this Wednesday and planning out what you're doing for the next few Wednesdays, small grab and go events or something like that. Okay, on Thursday, I love Hit the Road Thursday, or an alternative is Drive Through Thursday. And this is where you outline a few businesses and you're going to take marketing materials out to them that day. So hit the road. We're hitting the road to do outreach marketing. Maybe it's 5 businesses. Maybe it's one preferred employer. Maybe we're taking lunch to an employee, a resident, wherever they work. But again, the focus is on that, hitting the road on that outreach marketing. And a drive-through version is every single employee take marketing materials with you on your way to lunch or while you're running an errand at lunch, and leave some marketing materials in the area, again, getting that collective energy. Okay, follow up Friday. Fridays are a great day to really sit down and make sure that you have followed up on all interests, whether it's your online listings, your in-person tours, people maybe that didn't show up and you want to follow up with. This is a great time to say, by Friday, I am following up on everyone from the last 7 days or the last 30 days. I like doing 7 days. It's much more manageable. And if you do it every single Friday, you're not falling behind. Really sets you up for a good week. And then if you are open Saturday and Sunday, maybe some of those people will want to come back and they'll want to lease on the weekend. And then you're starting next week with these great leases that are in the bag from the weekend. So here's what happens. When you have these, after doing this for a week, you have your meetup Monday, so you have a clear plan. You've batched your social media and posted it for the week. You've wowed me Wednesday. You've connected on a deeper level with your residents. You've hit the road for outreach marketing, and you've followed up with your prospects. And in that, you may decide that there was an event that you also want to do, so you can throw that in however you want. All of those things ensure consistency, and it's very easy to start strong in the year. A lot of us get excited and we're like, this year is going to be different. But my strategy is early in the year, early in the week, early in the month. Hit the road early, stay consistent, stay the course, and while your competitors start to fall off, you're just gaining speed. The first week is going to be bumpy. There's going to be things that happen. The second week, you get maybe a little more confident and you start saying, okay, this went well, this didn't go so well, here's how we're going to adjust as a team. The third week, y'all are all talking about some of the good results that you have. The fourth week, you're just getting that energy is just starting to be contagious. You're having a team meeting. You're talking about your wins. Month after month of doing that, that's what makes for an incredible year. It doesn't happen in 1 week. It doesn't happen in 1 month. It happens collectively with little experiences, little activities that we do along the way. So that's it. That is my very first marketing principle from the Sprout Playbook that I want you guys to walk away with is come up with your themes. And you'll see that I do this in different ways. So you might have a set of themes for your community and your team. I am going to be working on one of my personal goals is continuing to grow our brand on LinkedIn. And I'm going to systematize that. You know, there will be some themes for what I'm posting about to make it easy for me. And yes, I love room for flexibility, so it's not rigid. But what that does is on those days where I'm not sure what to post about, it allows me to have a quick trigger of, okay, this might be a motivational post. This might be about, employee engagement. Maybe this is leadership. Maybe it's a podcast post. So I have my own themes for different channels. If you're a Sprout member and you've been a member for a while, you might even notice that the emails we send to members, they have a bit of a cadence to them. Tuesdays, those social posts go out. Usually Wednesdays or Thursdays is a marketing initiative. And then we either rotate that with a marketing initiative or a resident event. Mondays are typically notices or there's something that you need to know for the week. So we have a rhythm that makes it easy for us to keep up with the emails that we send out. Themes make things a no-brainer. The easier that we can make it, the better. So your 2 action items to become a better marketer today is number 1, go to levelupwithsprout, completely spelled out.com and download your Level Up Your Career Challenge. And I want you guys to try to do as many of those as you can throughout January and February. Tag @Sprout Marketing when you do. That's number 1. Those are small little actionables that by building on them, we're building habits that are going to carry us throughout the year. They're going to make us better marketers. And our second one is I want you to subscribe to Sprout Monthly, flip over to the Sprout Playbook where we're talking about themes. You can grab this sheet, and when you do, you can keep the themes I have, Meet Up Monday, Batch It Tuesday, Wow Me Wednesday, Hit the Road Thursday, Follow Up Friday, or you can make your own. You can also use these for your community, make up different ones for social media. Motivational Monday, Funny Tuesday, Amenity Wednesday, Testimonial Thursday, Fun Friday. It makes it easy, guys. So those are my 2 action items for the week. And next week, our podcast will be live on Tuesday. I've got a very special guest, an interview that I've been trying to get for a really long time. I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. It is on the operations side, but I promise you there's something for everyone. So if you're looking to continue to grow your career, consider my guest next week someone that you can have as a virtual mentor by this episode, and also by following him on LinkedIn. So there's a clue. All right, guys, we did it. First episode of 2023 is in the books. I cannot wait to see how you all do with the Level Up Challenge, your marketing themes, and I can't wait to see how we really kick butt in the Marketing Home, Marketing You community, and we make this our year. See y'all next week. Bye. Slept through the whole thing.